All praises to Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Salute the brothers on the highways and byways. We got Judah, so-called African Americans. Benjamin, West Indies. Levi, so-called Haitian. Simeon, Dominicans. Zebulon, Panama to Guatemala. Ephraim, so-called Puerto Ricans. Manasseh, Cubans. Reuben, so-called Seminole Indians. Gad, North American Indians. Asher, Colombia to Uruguay. Naphtali, Argentina to Chile. Issachar, so-called Mexicans. Will make up the tribe of Israel.
Yahawashi is coming to redeem 1/3 the elect. 2/3 is set up for the destruction. And we in that time right now, man. A lot of things are going on. You know, give me Matthew 24:6.
Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. That word war comes from a Greek word polymos, meaning quarrel, dispute, right? Fighting and battle. That's what's going on all over the planet right now. But we've been quarreling and disputing for years and years and years. It's always been quarrels and disputes, man. So we always been at war. And who we been at war against? We've been at war against Esau, man, and the other nations, the children of Israel. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We've been at war against the other nations of Esau for long periods of time. Certain periods of time or renditions of time, man. Ages and ages. Right? But this war right here is talking about that great war that's finna come, Armageddon. The Lord, meaning the valley of truth, man. The Lord is getting ready to gather like the brother had to sign him. He getting ready to gather these nations in a certain place, and it's gonna be for judgment and the redemption of Israel through Yahawah, Hashem Yahawashi.
Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
Must come to pass, meaning it must come to existence. Right? This is a prophecy. Right? Shall come to pass, meaning coming to existence. Came to pass, meaning it's a history. Right? Go ahead.
But the end is not yet.
But the end is not yet. Greek word telos, meaning termination, or the thing that should cease to be. Right? And that thing that's gonna cease to be is the power structure of Esau, man. The so-called white man. His power structure is finna be at end. And we're going to take over the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans. We're going to be the next ruling class of people, man, on this planet. It won't be China or it won't be Russia. The nation of Israel going to be your judges, man, your rulers. You know?
Isaiah.
You got, go ahead, read 7. Go to verse 7. You're at 6. Go to 7. Yeah.
Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nations.
Nations shall rise against nations.
And kingdom against kingdom.
And kingdoms against kingdom.
And there shall be famine.
Famine.
And pestilence.
Pestilence.
And earthquakes.
And earthquakes.
In diverse places.
Diverse places.
Diverse places.
Different places around. Like you just read, you're going to have earthquakes. I was just looking in the news today. They just had an 8.2 over there in the what's called the Sakhalin region of the Oshotsk Sea, which is Russia. That part of Russia, when you look on the map, that comes all the way down, because Russia goes all the way around and comes down to like right north of Japan. That land strip that comes down, that's Russia, and right to the west of it, is China. So that's the reason right there. It's always earthquakes coming in that region. It's real heavy for earthquakes.
Like, where y'all from?
And they just had a 8.2 earthquake in Russia, right? And the aftershock was 6.2.
Hey, where you guys from?
Hey man, you see me talking, man?
Yes, sir.
You shut up or fucking hit the road, man. You see me talking, man. You gonna disrupt and be disrespectful?
I wasn't.
Man, shut up or either hit the road, man.
I'm sorry, man.
Hit the road, man. Yeah, they had a 6.2. The aftershock was 6.2. Now that aftershock, when you get a 6.2, shit, that's heavier than most earthquakes, which it was felt all the way from that particular point all the way over to Moscow. So I put that in on the Google. That happened to be something like almost 4,000 miles, man, that they felt them tremors. Shit, that's all the way across the United States. You know, from one end of the United States to the other, about 2,700.
Yeah.
So that's a long way for them tremors, man, and it was actually 623 kilometers under the ocean. So the Most High is shaking this place up, man. He could have easily, I mean, that far up under, he could have easily separated Russia right in half, man. And then half Russia and China, it would have been in the sea. But he gonna let them nukes do that, baby.
Yep.
Come. Get Isaiah 29 and 2.
Yeah, Isaiah 29 and 2. Yet I will distress.
6, I mean, 6. Salakia.
Okay. Salakia. Isaiah 29 and 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquakes. And a great noise with storms and tempests.
Storms and tempests. What's them tempests? Hey, he just ran a tempest right from Texas last week in Texas, and then a few days later he brought one through Oklahoma. The tornado, man. I mean, serious. Hey, the men of the Lord, we happy to see that, man, because we know the Most High showing us the signs that, hey, I'm getting ready to do my thing, man. And I was looking at it, I saw one tornado. They had one tornado that came a couple of days in between the Texas tornado and the Oklahoma tornado. Was in Kansas. Man, this tornado was just as big as the one in Oklahoma, plus it had lightning coming out of it. So that's telling you right there, man. Hey, man, them angels, man, they inside them strong winds, man. You know, 28, give me 28 to 2.
This Sirach, to edify what the brother was saying. This Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appeaseth the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
Most High Yahawah he got death angels. When you look at it, he got death angels, man.
Just like you were saying, they was in between them.
Inside the storm.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see it, man. It was turning, and lightning was just coming out of. Hey, man, I ain't never saw nothing like that, man.
That's the power of the Most High and His Son.
And he don't make no mistakes.
No, Most High don't make no mistakes.
You know? So, hey, man, that's a beautiful thing when we see these disasters, man, and these 8.2 earthquakes. I mean, you look at it, man, we didn't have an earthquake like 2 or 3. I mean, we have them it's really like hundreds a day all over the world. Like, shit, we have 2 or 3 a month right here in Arkansas that be recorded.
Matter of fact, we had one this week.
Yeah, and they be like 2.8, maybe 3, you know. But the Most High, man, that's part of it. He said gonna bring that brimstone, that rain, that fire. Hey, man, we had flooding going on last month. We had half the United States was freezing, half of it was hot. Hey, man, that's all of the Most High, man. You won't know one season from the next, man. Those are them signs, man, of times, man. These average people, they ain't even considering, man. They don't even consider, like Isaiah 1 and 3 said. They don't even consider, man.
But we just had snow here, what, last week?
I think it was up north. We had snow.
We had snow.
We had snow in May, man. You know?
Isaiah 28:2. Behold, the Lord has a mighty and a strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm,
Good.
as a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to the earth with the hand.
It's strong winds, a destroying storm, man. That storm destroyed a lot of people, man. 30. You got a lot of people. The Most High destroyed a lot of people in that Oklahoma storm, man. Left them homeless. They was crying, weeping, gnashing of teeth. They was looking for
The reporters couldn't even report good.
But then you got Jake. Let me show you how Jake can do. Kevin Durant, a ball player up there, he gonna give $1 million, man. Then the other boys on the team, they all dishing out millions of dollars to the folks. Shit, man, them people ain't gonna get that damn money.
Half on was Esau.
Not only that, you see how them 2/3 Jakes helped them Edomites, because it were mainly Edomites that got tore up like that on them outskirts in them rural areas. You see, because there were rural areas before Esau populated them areas. You see, but that's 2/3 Jake helping Esau, the heathen nations, which you know them people that's over that
Sponsors.
that have them control their money, them ball players.
Yeah, them agents.
Yeah, the agents tell them not to help Jake that's in the hood, man. Them agents tell them ball players don't help them niggas in their hood. You see, give it to them white folks over there, them Edomites over there that got hit with a storm, and Jake didn't get hit with storm. I ain't talking about a tornado. I'm talking about spiritually and physically in the neighborhood. Go look at the neighborhood. The neighborhoods in Jake neighborhood, it looked like a tornado been through there already. You see? Every day, all day, without even a tornado actually hitting it. It looked like a tornado been through there. In these hoods, man, in these projects, man. You see? Where Esau, where Esau do his test on Jacob, because that's what a project is. You see, they ain't doing nothing but testing out Jacob to see how Jacob destroy each other. You see?
Yeah.
And then they turned around and had the the people that ringing the bell talking about they couldn't don't send no items for them to eat nothing off of send money.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't want no goods from your stores and stuff. They want money. They said that they can do better work with the money than instead of you donating stuff. Salvation Army, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's part of that Deuteronomy curse, man. Curse that I be in the city, man. Cause I was looking at First 48 last night. You got down in Miami and Liberty City. You got a group called 12th Court and one called 13th Ave. They shooting each other every day, and they don't live no more than 30 feet from each other. It's one street separate them two blocks. So everybody know everybody. They get shot every day, and they shooting. If they can't get the one they looking for, they getting your family member, your mama, your uncle's son. It don't make no difference. Yeah. Them hell of a curses, man, that they put on our people. You know?
Yeah.
Isaiah 30:30. And the Lord shall cause his glorious voice to be heard.
His glorious voice to be heard. Go ahead, read it.
And shall show the lightning down of his arms with the indignation of his anger. Indignation
of his anger,
and with the flame of a devouring fire.
That's them nukes. That's these people, like you said, getting killed with all these different weapons. And I was looking on the news today. You had right before I came out here, man, the I-5 bridge collapsed in Washington State. That's connected to Canada. That bridge just collapsed about 4 hours ago. So, man, this whole place is crumbling, man. And then you got the beheading that was in London, southeast London, where the army guy got beheaded by them two. They look like Jakes to me, but you know they throwing out there that they were Muslim, so they can get the whole thing started. Which that started a riot in Sweden like an hour later. So it's finna actually start the race riots, man. Give me Second Ezra 2, Second Ezra 15, and 14. Second Ezra 15, 14. So you can basically get ready for the race riots, man.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's what's coming for me.
Yeah. They paint a picture. Like I said, man, the guy that killed the guy, you wonder, somebody cut somebody's head off and he ain't even scared to run. He stood there and actually got interviewed by a camera. And he didn't run. Even when the police got there, that dude didn't make no move to run, man. So you know it's all set up. It's some kind of propaganda to actually to get them to start this war off, man. It's all played in there, man.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming.
Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Come, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe meaning destruction. That's what woe means. When you see woe, that's destruction.
Come.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We done had two woes, World War I and World War II. Now the third woe is coming.